So ride or ride. Come on,
ride on the Magic School Bus.
Have you heard about our teacher, Miss Frizzle? Almost every day something weird happens in our class. In case you didn't notice, Miss Frizzle is the strangest teacher. I know, just I know. For example, take the ABC to study global warming. We will go into turn and play about the earth and all the changes that are happening. The first have brought an old book from home and we use it in pictures to help us paint the scene. The play starts out in the arctic, so we looked at the picture and both saw we were going to see a lot of white things. Now, this book is kind of old. It came out before things really started heating up. Things look really different now. The earth is changing. It's all rearranging. I just don't think you'll need all that white paint. Do any of you children know about what's happening in the Arctic? No. I don't know. Come on, class. Bring my book. Let's go on a field trip to get some really up-to-date information. Mr. Diamond. I know. I hate when she says stuff like that. I know to say Everyone on the bus, it's time to take chances, make mistakes. Fish. Children, we are on our way to the North Pole, which is also called the Arctic. Our first stop will be the Arctic Sea, a place with a completely different climate from where we live. In the winter, the sun almost never shines at the North Pole, but in the summer, it is almost always sunny. Even so, class, the climate of the Arctic is usually very, very cold. Oh no, I didn't even bring a sweater. The picture in this old book shows ice everywhere. There is still plenty of ice, but look how much has melted. It's going to be hard to find a place to land. How about over there? Look at those polar bears floating on tiny icebergs. I read that in the Arctic, an area has melted that is the size of Texas and California combined, and that melting is happening at the Arctic, Greenland, and the Antarctic, which is the South Pole. It is also happening on mountains like the ones in Glacier National Park. Pretty soon we'll have to call it Glacier West National Park. And what's that over there? Could that be a cat?
If you don't know, I'm the cat in the hat. Up here there is trouble and we all need to chat. Animals living in their spaces are shrinking. This is not a good thing, most people are thinking. So see in the Arctic, it's often quite sunny, and what's happening here is really not funny. The ice is melting and the oceans are rising. A solution to this is in need of devising. The world's getting warmer. Of this there's no doubt. But few people listen, though each day I shout. Global warming is real. We must take this to heart. To ignore this great problem is not very smart.
It's true. I read that global warming is a rise in the temperature of land and water on Earth. The climate of an area is its typical weather. The global climate is the weather of the whole world. Even though there is still cold weather, global warming means that the overall temperature of the whole world is rising. In most places, there are more hot days and fewer cold days than before. Today, the average temperature is more than 1 degree Fahrenheit higher than it was 100 years ago. 1 degree doesn't sound like much, but 1 small degree has caused a big change already. Ice melting, seas rising, and more freak weather like giant hurricanes, floods, and drought.
I learned in my report that the global warming has created a dangerous loop. The ice is white, which reflects most of the sunlight that hits. The sun doesn't heat up the ice as much as other things. The water is not white, which absorbs most of the sunlight that hits it. So water gets warmer, and warmer water melts more ice, and that means more water. This water takes in more sunlight, so it gets warmer and melts even more ice. This will go on until all the ice is gone. Melting ice makes the oceans rise, and that means people who live near the beach could lose their homes.
Children, aren't you wondering why the Earth is getting warmer and warmer?
I think I know, Miss Frizzle. The Earth is surrounded by layers of gases called the atmosphere. This includes gases like the oxygen we breathe and other gases like carbon dioxide and methane that trap heat. Most of today's warming is caused by the increasing level of these heat-trapping gases in the atmosphere. Heat-trapping gases are also called greenhouse gases. A greenhouse uses glass to trap heat to keep the plants warm. The greenhouse effect is when heat-trapping gases act like the glass in a greenhouse and make the earth warmer. The greenhouse effect isn't all bad. If there weren't any heat-trapping gases, the earth would freeze up. A natural greenhouse effect keeps the earth at the right temperature for us. When there are too many greenhouse gases, the earth heats up too much. This causes trouble.
I can show you how the atmosphere makes the Earth warmer. Let's get back on the bus. Put on these special microscope goggles. Now you can see the molecules in the air. Look, I see an oxygen molecule. Oxygen is not a heat-trapping gas, but you can also see lots of carbon dioxide and methane molecules. Those are heat-trapping gases. Everybody catch a sunbeam and slide towards the earth. Isn't this fun? Notice how light rays pass right through the atmosphere. The sunbeams warm the soil. Then the heat rises from the earth. We were light from the sun, and then it changed into heat. Now we are going up into the atmosphere again. That's all perfectly normal. Hey, you all are hot stuff. Now we run into the greenhouse effect. The greenhouse gases trap some of the heat. See, we are going back to the earth again. This will raise the earth's temperature even higher than before. But do you know why there is so much carbon dioxide in the air? Where is it coming from? Let's go to that power plant to learn more.
This power plant is a coal-burning plant. Look at all the smoke it's making. A lot of extra CO2 is made when people burn fossil fuels. Fossil fuels such as coal, oil, and natural gas are made of prehistoric plants that have decayed under the earth. People burn fossil fuels to make energy. Energy is the power to do work. People need energy to heat houses, cook food, run vehicles, run machines, and make flight. Look at all the CO2 that is also coming from buses, cars, and trucks. Also, houses and factories, and other power plants. Wow, so that's what is causing the climate change. It is mostly people, including us. The CO2 is making the earth warmer and warmer. Humans have been on the earth for a long time. For most of that time, they didn't make enough CO2 to change the environment. Then about 150 years ago, people invented machines that burn fossil fuels. Since then, more and more people have been burning more and more fossil fuels. Hey, is that an elephant over there? My name is Horton. I watch over the zoos. You normally see elephants in zoos, but I've came to the Arctic to tell you a fact. You humans have made a terrible impact. Each person who lives in one of your countries produces more CO2 than 8 Humpty Dumptys. It's hard to believe there's so much pollution. The problem you see is in need of solution. Now, a person's a person no matter how small, but so much pollution is not good at all. By working together, we can fix up this mess. There's really no need for so much excess. You must tell all the people don't give up in despair and don't think your effort is going nowhere. I meant what I said and I said what I meant. I'm sure you can solve this 100%.
Let's get back on the bus and go see some of the effects of global warming. I read that global warming makes some places too dry. It also raises the sea level and changes the ocean chemistry and harms coral reefs. Global warming causes stronger hurricanes and tornadoes and more forest fires and bigger blizzards. It causes animals and plants to die or to move. The strange weather hurts food crops. Where in Colorado there are so many dead trees. That's so sad. I wonder if the bugs that killed those trees are living longer because of global warming. And when we flew over Boulder, I saw a big area that was burned by a forest fire. I guessed that those trees are drier because of global warming. There were also towns that were destroyed by floods. Global warming might have something to do with that as well. I read that there have been many more extreme storms all over the world in recent years. What is that strange thing over there?
What's all this disturbance? What's all the fuss? I'm not offended by kids in a bus. My neighbor's been warning you. I've come through the home by here with my dear friend Ping too. As you travel down here, you will see quite a mess. The cause of the trouble is anyone's guess, but it's clear to us things that our current direction is in need of some kind of dramatic correction. We've got to stop thinking this isn't so bad. To not take some action is really just mad. By working together, we can all
start anew and make the world better for us things and you too. Take a look at the rainforest around the equator and fix up this problem. Cannot wait to win. The plants and animals are all being lost. This trouble must stop no matter the cost. To the bus, kids! Now we are in the rainforest. Look at all of those trees. We all breathe in oxygen to stay alive, and then we breathe out carbon dioxide. I learned that trees turn carbon dioxide into oxygen, so it all balances out. Oh no, look, they are cutting down all the trees. They are using the trees for wooden paper and turning the land into farms. That means there won't be enough trees to take the carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere. Over there, they are burning the trees. That makes even more carbon dioxide. This is happening in rainforests all over the world. How can we stop them? Who is that funny-looking creature down there?
I am Dolores. I speak for the trees. You humans, you act like an awful disease. I see what you're doing, and day after day I sit here and worry away. For the years, all the forces have fallen apart, and I've worried about it with all of my heart. I've fought for so long with tremendous frustration. Why do we allow so much devastation? But now I can see that you truly are here. The way to make progress seems perfectly clear. Unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not. So plant some new trees and treat them with care. Give them clean water and plenty fresh air. Grow a forest, protect it from all the axes that hack. Then the world as we loved it may really come back.
I bet there are lots of ways we can slow or stop global warming. Let's get back on the bus and see how people are making a difference. Here are some generators that are not polluting. They are using alternative energy. That's energy made with less or no fossil fuels. Generators have turbines or blades that spin. The spinning movement reacts with magnets to make an electrical current. Most generators burn fossil fuels to spin their turbines and make electricity. Alternative generators make electricity without fossil fuels. There are lots of ways to make electricity and with no greenhouse gases. Look over on that hill. Windmills. The wind turns the blade. Anything that moves has energy, and energy can be made into electricity. So wind power makes electric power. That puts a whole new spin on things.
Look, there's a huge solar generator over there.
That's Thunder running that power plant.
Solar cells make electricity when sun shines on them.
No moving parts.
And anything can be powered by solar cells. Look over in that town. Look how many ways people are saving energy. Instead of driving private cars, many are using trains, buses, taxis, and bikes, as well as more fuel-efficient vehicles. If everybody carpooled, it would make a huge difference. There are buses and cars that are hybrid vehicles. They run on gasoline and chargeable batteries. People are saving energy. Conserve means to avoid waste. Recycle means to treat waste so they can be used again. Making recycled cans into new cans uses 30% less energy.
Let's go back to school to talk about what we can do to help the planet.
Even here at school, there are greenhouse gases all over the place. Miss Frizzle, do we need to change things all over the earth? We can start right here, right now. We have to start saving energy right away. Conserve, conserve, conserve. Recycle, recycle, recycle. I can conserve paper by writing on the back, and I can conserve even more paper by not doing my homework. I can carve, walk, or ride my bike to school every day. We can call or write the mayor of our town, maybe even the president. We can try and get our town to get a windmill or solar farm. We can tell everyone to cut down on greenhouse gases now.
There are lots of ways our families can help. They can do things like turning down the thermostat and wearing sweaters and other warm clothes. They can make sure to not leave the fridge open too long and turn off lights and appliances when they are not in use. They can buy things with less packaging, eat more local produce, and use cloth shopping bags. It could be really fun to plant a garden in the backyard and switch to fluorescent light bulbs, and the less energy you use, the less CO2 gets into the air. There are so many ways to help. I think we can really make a difference. What's that green thing over there?
My heart was so small at the start of the day, but now that your bus has come along my way, my heart it has grown to 3 times its size when I see all you children becoming so wise. If you're willing to open your eyes just enough, you'll see the world's full of incredible stuff. You can all make a difference. I tell you it's true. There's no one alive who is newer than you. You have brains in your head. You have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know. You're the ones who will decide where to go. You'll get mixed up, of course, as you already know. You'll get mixed up with many strange things as you go. But will you succeed? Will you open the door? Oh yes, of that I'm 98 3/4% sure.
I'm going green. Of course, I've always been green. Let's all promise to continue to work towards keeping our home, the earth, healthy and beautiful. Our only chance is to work together. Every person, every city, every country, we all need to take care of our earth. Kids, I'm so proud of you. Let's go back to school and share what we had learned with our families and our friends. You walk.
I will be a defender of my planet. Okay, Beth.